My video got cut off, so let me pick off from where I left off. I think the last thing I said was that energy is being fed off of. So picture yourself at a Thanksgiving table. Big table. You seat 12 people. Big table. Full of food. Full of all your Thanksgiving favorite foods. Dishes all prepared. All the stuff that gives you the itis, all the stuff that backs up your system for days, etc. That's another video. I got Pharaoh on my mind from in his vegan talks. You're at this food is at this big meal prepared on the table. Okay, all the favorite dishes, all spelled out. Okay, and sitting around the table are these entities, these falling angels, and you are actually the meal. You're the meal. The sports arena. You see people, they win a hockey game and they go out and they flip cars and burn cars and stuff like that. That energy is energy doesn't die. It's transferred. It just doesn't die. It's transferred. It's consumed, it's used, it's changed, it's constantly moving. It's constantly on the move. All right? So, it may feel like I'm talking to you, probably talking to me. The challenge, the goal, the steps forward is to be able to manage my emotions, or to be aware of my emotions in all aspects of this experience here, and choose what I want to be. Choose if and when I want to be some entity's lunch. No. I like my energy. I'm not really a fan of people feeding off my energy unless it's reciprocal. Okay? It's reciprocal. I'm giving you energy, you're giving me energy back. That happens a lot. I put some stuff in your bucket, you put some stuff in my bucket. We keep our buckets full. And you have people that that take from your bucket. You have people who who latch on to your energy, and they don't give you any energy. They just become you become a feeding source for other people or other entities. You need to be aware of that. I'm gonna get back to Mel Gibson a little bit, but back to the corners of my eyes. In the still moments, someone else very important to me will describe it as the smoky stuff. When you're still, the corners of your eyes, the things that appear solid become almost smoky. That's what I've experienced. That's what she's experienced. When you can see through you can actually see through the veil. And the things that you thought and believed were solid are not. They all have different density levels of energy. And you can start to see less of the illusion of density and more of the energy. The easiest way I can explain that. Forgive me. I'm not a scientist, and I want it to remain plain. We are being imprisoned in this realm, and the weapons are far and vast, from what's being sprayed in the sky. We call it comtrails, aka chemtrails, and you can do your own research about what's in those chemtrails and what happens when that stuff is absorbed through your skin. It's like being sprayed with giant ray cans in the sky. You get a good camera and you take pictures of there hadn't been as many planes in the skies, particularly the last 3 months. The air traffic's starting to pick up, but you get a good camera and you get a real good close-up of these planes that don't have people on them, that are up there for the sole purpose of spraying us like ray, and you can see the giant canisters on the wings, just perfuming the sky, to making these false clouds. And these things have an effect on our health, an effect on the calcification of our pineal gland, along with the water and the other beverages that we classify as a food source that has no benefit to us at all your sodas and etc. Metals, heavy metals, purposely put in the foods, in the water, sitting in the chair at the dentist. All of the, and it's a lot of these procedures are being classified as like medicals, like accepted medical practice. Vaccines, are you kidding me? Vaccines. We live in an age where we can actually look up all of the ingredients in a vaccine, and there's no sane person on the planet that can tell me why the items that are in the vaccines are proposed to have any benefit to you. You are being attacked in plain sight. From the bed you sleep on, to the clothes you wear, to taking your shower, to brushing your teeth. Fluoride. You need to look at who else utilized fluoride. Okay? Germany, another video. I mean, because I can digress and just go on these long tangents, and I don't want to. So food, the bed you sleep on, the coils. What's the energy effect on your auric field? Is it a good idea to change the platform that you sleep horizontally on to a more natural substance? Maybe even implementing a copper wire that runs directly into the ground to ground you. That's another video. Okay? The shoes that you wear, preventing you from grounding to the planet. You wonder why there's so many unbalanced people walking around, and women are attacked even more than the men. I mean, I like high heels on a woman, I do. But high heels keep your feet further from the ground. Not being able to ground. Affecting your emotional stability. Your makeup. Your fingernail polish. Fingernails have a purpose. Your hair has a purpose. Your hair is the equivalent of a radio antenna. All right? And what you do to your hair, for us who have coils, you don't allow your hair to coil. And how are you going to protect yourself from gamma radiation? How are you going to process the information that's in the light codes? It's another video. We can go off into these long tangents. The purpose of this video is to expose, because I don't have enough subscribers or enough of a platform to expose anybody, but to give you access to a source of an alternate perspective, so that you can step back a little bit and see a wider picture. Now, I'm not saying that I have it all figured out. I don't. Oh my gosh, the information, and I've said this before, if the information is a lifespan, then I'm sperm. I hadn't even reached the egg yet, and that in itself can be scary. There's so much to learn. There's so much to learn, and most of it is back to tapping in. It is back to tapping in, grounding. Eating, consuming foods that are more beneficial to your avatar, that your soul, which is eternal, is utilizing to navigate this realm. This is a spiritual battle. Excuse me. And there's been a plan and effect for a long time to keep us exactly where we are. Yeah. What you would call white people have benefited from, the labor of what you would call black people, and generations have passed, and I get it, reparations, and I get all of that. What you don't get is that all people are being subjugated, whether they know it or not, whether they have a lot of money or whether they don't. We're all being subjugated. If you have a birth certificate, which is a bank bond that's traded on Wall Street, if you have a birth certificate and a Social Security card, you're being subjugated. You're a corporate slave. Don't care how much money you've got. And the divide and conquer is being played on all possible levels to keep, to diminish rationality, to diminish the being able to recognize the oneness of it all. That's what you're not supposed to see. You're not supposed to see all of these souls as immortal energies having the experience of being human. You're not supposed to see yourself in everything that you observe, in all the people you observe, the things you like about yourselves, the things you don't like about yourselves. You're not supposed to see the oneness of it all. And seeing the oneness of it all and being able to utilize your I-Magi nation, you're a nation of magicians. That's a powerful thing. That's a powerful thing. Things just don't, appear. This is a thought. And that thought the thought in itself is energy. The thought to make the airplane, the thought to make the car, the thought to make the George Foreman grill, the thought to make the plasma TV, the thought to make the cell phone. Apple, interestingly enough, the logo has a bite mark in it. Got the tree of knowledge? That's another video. So I'm including the link to the description so that you can digest what the plan is. So you can continue to expand your awareness as you're presented with events to trigger you. Now the triggers occur through your daily life as you're navigating this plane, and the triggers occur in your astral experiences when you sleep. What you need to understand, I guess, the astral realm and astral projection needs to be another video. But there's just so many good information out there on astral projection. You don't need to hear it from me. I guess you might benefit from hearing some of my experiences, which I used to write down. It just became overwhelming. It was suggested. My best friend, she suggested to me to write it down, and for a while I did. But it's just become overwhelming. And what I found was a lot of the things that I wrote, I didn't understand till time later. But it was for that specific moment where it occurred. That my comprehension of what was being communicated to me astrally would have was there to assist me in the present moment in that particular time. It's proof that I'm still a work in progress. We all are works in progress. All right? Spiritual warfare going on, and it bleeds into this reality. And whether you're aware of it or not, you do battle every time you go to sleep. All right? And the divide and conquer, the duality of this illusion, the perceived and believed duality of this illusion doesn't serve you most of the time. Because if you're what we call black and you're on these channels barking conscious awareness, would you be barking that talk if your reality was shifted and you were a Chinese living in the highlands of Wuhan? On some mountain in China? No. So the separation in and itself is the illusion. We are all connected. When the heart beats, it emits a magnetic electric pulse that radiates and communicates with all the other hearts. We're all communicating vibrationally, completely unaware. It is precisely why you get good feelings or bad feelings about people, or neutral feelings about people you meet that you don't even have conversations with. We're always in constant states of of communication? Where do you think the idea of the cell phone in itself came from? Quick story, and then I'll end it, because I don't want to make this video long. And this was part 2 of the first one, which was mysteriously cut off while driving. So I parked to monitor the status of the phone, which is new. Quick story. I was young. It's 5th grade, 6th grade. I used to have to, walk my kid sister home from school. We're both in elementary school. I'm in the 5th grade. She's in the 3rd. And that's back when kids walked to school, unsupervised. You would never let your kids walk like that in today's world. You drive them even if it's 3 blocks most of the time. Some kids walk, but the majority of us walked. And my mom, for many years, was stay-at-home mom. And one day, I was walking home with my sister, and I was under duress. The local bully had been messing with me and stuff like that, and made my life stressful on my walk home, protecting my sister. My mom's home. Now there's no cell phones. You got a telephone, but you got 1 or 2 telephones in the house, and it's connected by the long cord that you would drag from room to room if you were in my age bracket and you remember that. My mom knew that something wasn't right, and my mom left the house. She acted on that inner knowing, being able to go inside, tapping inside, and she left the house and walked the path that we walked home, several blocks, to meet up with us, to stop what was about to be a traumatic situation for me from the local bully. No cell phone, no text messages, no pages, none of that. Okay? And that happens to us all the time. You think about a loved one and that person calls you. I was just thinking about you. It happens all the time. So these ideas of communication devices, the communications devices in itself, have been here for longer than you were made aware of. I mean, if any of y'all are studying Tartarian history and things of that such, you're aware of that. More hidden knowledge of hidden societies that we're not taught of in school and not supposed to know about. But this is 2020, and on the Gregorian calendar, this is 2020, the Gregorian calendar. And so, it's no coincidence that, that our vision is supposed to be a little bit more sharp, and we're supposed to be able to see more and observe more and be aware of more. And that doesn't serve the established, I don't even call them elites, because nothing elite about them. They're no better than you and I. We are all one. There was a small group of people with a lot less power than you perceive them to have, who are keeping information like this and even more advanced information from you. And it's a good idea to become aware of it, and for all of us to work together to put pieces together to the puzzle. So if I give you a piece and it's not a correct piece, correct me. I got this from this. You need to look at this. And we correct, and it's called building. We build. Because we get to decide what it is we want to experience. We actually decide what we want to experience. That's actually another aspect of our power, is we've been programmed into a lack mode of not having enough. I need this, I need money. So you never have enough. This is a vibration. It's about raising the vibrational states of our day-to-day practices in all now moments, or all perceptions of now moments. So, link in the description, The Secret Covenant. It's a great job, young brother who did that. Appreciate that. And it's for all to benefit from. All right, this is we are breaking the walls of deception. We are breaking the walls of illusions. We are breaking the walls of divisions. And I'm not saying we all got to sing Kumbaya and get along. What I'm saying is that we are all connected, whether you like it or not. So if you don't like Indian people, East Indian people, well, you are not liking an aspect of yourself, because we are all connected. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your Sunday. God bless you. Good day.